I'm just saying, don't come so hard on me, okay?
Yeah. Isurus, though, they'll start T side, which is the favored side. compLexity on CTN, so it was a knife round to decide of who goes where on this one. A little bit of fighting all around the world. Is that a South Park episode? I just watched that not that
Russell Crowe
Russell Crowe fighting around the world. Max was fighting all the way down to the mid. He lost that fight, and he decides to back off. Shazam's actually playing with this Xbox smoke. Can he use it against their opponents? But Max just peeks the corner and taps him, and Myron from the tunnels actually just finds a shot through the smoke, catches him in the face.
Ooh, Sick with a nice shot there, and another nice shot onto
Oh,
Max, and a
goodness.
third as well. What a pistol round coming out from Sick as Reversive does take down Ye towards that B bomb site, and 1962 heading out middle, copping into this cubby here. Ooh, peeking a little bit early, able to take down Stanislaw as Reversive peeks out towards that B site, taking down Sick now. Isurus might be able to pull off this pistol win, Dallas.
Yeah, Def is going to try and make a little bit of a Sick play himself. He needs to get in here quick. Suddenly, though, 1962 is going to arrive on site. Nice little peek right there from Def. He's baited out the player from the tunnel, and he's taking this fight, but they will duck and cover, actually setting themselves up for basically an angle. It's a double peek as soon as he jumps out. No, well, he actually does have a kit. Got a chance, but he needs them to align like the stars. But wow, that was a swingy round back and forth. Isurus took the first kills. compLexity took the next 3 with Sick, and then Isurus just whittled away their opponents.
Yeah, looking at this right now, Isurus, off of that great pistol round buy, we'll be looking towards long here to start this round. compLexity, on the other hand, forcing right back up. You're going to see Def as well as Shazam with those scouts in tow, and this was that lovely 3K from Sick. Unfortunately, compLexity not able to capitalize the round win off of that.
Yeah, that's one of those, come on, guys. I did most of the legwork.
Hey, that's not a good teammate statement to me.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a good teammate. I'm a toxic dude. Reversive and Myron find those first 2 kills at long A, and compLexity start to rebound back. In fact, abandoning this B site. Thinking about it. Thinking about respecting the B site, because there's no movement right now at long A. Def says, okay, they killed those 2 guys, but they haven't rounded the corner.
All right. Just a little bit of lull in the round right now as Isurus have found themselves in a 5-on-3 man advantage situation. Def, the solo member, towards the top of A here. Does look like Isurus, the Argentinian squad, going to continue on this pace. Def actually spots it out. And remember, a couple days ago, he had that phenomenal round from the top of A. Let's see if he can reciprocate that.
Well, that was with multiple scouts that are actually in play. Shazam actually is going to continue to carry the torch. Yikes, steps outside and sees that there are 4 Ts stampeding towards him. Ye last man up and no hope of taking the round. Isurus go up 2-0, and Ye can think about one idea or another, which is either exit frag or hold on to armor Deagle, which is as good as it's going to be in the next round regardless, one way or the other.
It does look like Ye is going to opt to save that Deagle armor right now, and it's a wise choice as the round will have no success for him. Maybe he picks up 1 or 2 kills, but even then, that's sort of a pipe dream with the positioning that Isurus are taking right now in this round. So he's going to save that armor, bring it into next round. But Isurus will be moving on to 2, and compLexity will be moving on to a full eco.
Yep. And the force buys are consistent from both teams. But with this setup between both, I don't think, if I'm recalling correctly, that either one of them have won that second round force buy. It's been straightforward, straight through. Bomb detonates, no further bloodshed will be spared, and compLexity will try and roll the dice with a Deagle and maybe a P250 or so.
Okay, we do see Stanislaw with a smoke in tow, so maybe going to look towards middle to just smoke it off and have Ye actually keep all that utility. Maybe we'll even see a pop flash peek towards middle and compLexity fighting in that mid area for the win, but only time will tell, Dallas.
Here's the cross, there's a smoke. Ooh, that one was pretty darn close to Stanislaw as he tried to get over across those doors. B-tunnel presence, and I usually don't like to see a B strike when you know that your opponents are on an eco, and they do back off. They just go in there in force and leave Max alone with the Galil, one of the weaker weapons that Isurus have, and leave him pivot. So it's a 5-man stack now for compLexity as the entire team rebounds back.
It does look like they're getting ready to pop flash towards long now. Ye in CT spawn with that flash primed. Isurus now heading out of those long double doors here, waiting to group up before they start peeking. If they don't actually Molotov off this site, if they don't smoke off spawn, if they take this dry into the site, that pop flash from Ye could actually do massive harm to the Isurus side.
There's the pop. And they're peeking left, right. So Isurus know there's at least 3 players on this site. They still continue to press on. One player after another lined up. Comes a return flashbang. It's going to be from Reversive. Bounces it up and into the sky. There's a beautiful pop. Here comes a Molotov into the site itself. There's not many places for these pistols to hide. They've got themselves 1 and a deuce and a third and a fourth. Noxie's last up into a 1v1 right now. This eco is met with a couple rifles. Noxie struggles, but does in the end Glock down Yay. Man, that got super spooky for Isurus.
Such an expensive round for them.
Yeah.
I mean, compLexity, they're a great gamble stack towards the A site. They're able to get quite a few kills. Here's 1962. He gets the entry, but from that point on, it's just compLexity now trading one after the other. Some great deeging from Ye, but in the end, it's Noxie able to pull that one off with his Glock.
There wasn't a flashbang kill in there, was there?
No.
I saw Def.
No.
The flashbang came. Oh, okay. Well, no, I saw the flash was first, and then the pistol came in on the assist. It may have been. I might have to look at that one again. Noxie starts this round off, opening up on Stanislav. Def is on the return frag there, and Isurus don't even want to exit that double doors. Instead, they'll exit the mid doors, crossing this angle, and they start to pick apart compLexity, whose defenses now are scattered. 2 defenders, 1A, 1B, almost no hope of winning this round unless somebody is Hercules.
Both compLexity players, Ye and Def, actually forcing the issue after being in a great position to just go into a passive setup. They're absolutely punished for it now, splitting the compLexity defense as well. Shazam playing top A solo, Sick is in that B site by that big box by himself as well.
Yeah, I like this from Isurus. Just slow down. Use the utility you got. Your opponents have absolutely none of it. And even with a flash coming Shazam's way, and he's got some shots, warning shots over his bow, there's no support coming. You are alone, and it's really it. If you die on that site, it's going to be a save to the other site.
Sick, the final member left in B for compLexity here, not looking for this round at all. Maybe just a couple exits as he's going to recover Ye's op that went down towards middle. Isurus, though, a nice round out of them, a nice first gun round.
Well played. 4-0 start, dude. That's a good spot. Even though it's T-sided, if you're able to leap over top of these first couple rifle rounds from the CT side, it's pretty, and it's really tough for the CTs to think about coming back from that.
Okay, Sick now unable to save that as 1962 lurking out towards those B tunnels. Empties a couple bullets in Sick's head after, just to add insult to injury, but 4-0 is going to be the scoreline right now as compLexity look towards another eco. Yeah, Isurus most likely hitting their 5th.
You see in the movie Zombieland, right? Got to make sure you double tap.
Double tap.
You never know, man.
It's a rule.
You never know. If I mean, look, he's alive after being dead. He's back from the dead. All 5 of them are. So Isurus are on to a hell of a start. It is Sick, the only long rifle in the round. It's just the scout, and there's pistols, little personal defense guns, if you will, and
good damage. Good damage being done. Sick actually tags 1962 towards middle. Noxie takes a big nade damage. Ye with a great deagle shot, but B site has been compromised now as Isurus taking it over.
There's actually a missed Molotov there. Sick was looking up in from the window, and Ye had stayed alive so long at car that I thought that scout was actually going to start to chip apart some of the T side. And as a matter of fact, look at the damage that's been dealt. You got 3 players that are floating around 30 HP. That's more than enough for Deagles and P250s to finish the job. This could be good for compLexity, though they aren't postured for a retake, really. It more looks to me like exit frags. It's 2-2. Nobody's thinking about the retake without any kits.
Yeah, it does look like the exit frags will be coming momentarily. We see Sick move back down towards middle. 2 players on compLexity pushed up in those B tunnels as Def is able to take down 1962. They've got good control here as Def also takes down Noxie towards T-spawn. I don't think Isurus is going to be able to make it out of this site.
A little bit of a double take. Oh, and a collateral from Sick to finish them all off. And really, at that point, I love the exit frag strategy from compLexity because I think the scout was doing a lot of the work from Ye. It was just chip, chip, chip. Okay, I've got a lot of those players lit. Let's just box them in. And if it comes down to it, the bomb will do the work for us.
Exactly. So 5-0 is what we're going to see for Isurus, although...
This shot's nutty.
Yeah, this one towards T-spawn. This was
shoulder peek, headshot.
Barely even on his screen there for Def.
Yeah.
All right. Isurus now 5-0. compLexity buying up into this round, recovering a couple AKs in the past round, so that's a great little addition to their buy here. But are Isurus able to keep this momentum going? That is the real question. Or are compLexity going to put up that wall right now and stop them?
Well, I like it from Isurus. Man, they do love their timeouts. They're up 5-0. They themselves take a timeout.
It's not a bad idea.
It's not bad. They just have paid their respects to the B site, no matter what.
Even after that round, they got absolutely demolished by the exit frags. It's good to calm everybody down, say, hey, it's okay. Let's just focus on this round going forward. This is what we're going to do. It's a great decision from them just to get their players recollected.
Yep. As the cross to the B site is safe so far for Sick and Ye, but Ye is going to remain watching mid with his AWP. He'll chill out here. Lower tunnels held by Isurus, and they start to spread out, possibly playing for a pick themselves, and instead it's 1962 that oversteps his bounds through that mid smoke, shows himself and is laid low. Double AWP for compLexity now. This is a large investment from them, but it's brought to you by the courtesy of Isurus's rifles that were dropped in the previous round.
All right, moving towards Catwalk now are the terrorist side here. Nobody really here to contest it. We do have Shazam opping from that car, from that game helper area on the map. But it does look like Isurus will be setting up to execute, maybe drop down CT spawn and flood that A bomb site.
A lot of defenders here on A, especially if all 4 of your attackers are going to come from Catwalk.
Yeah.
They could all swing on you.
Nice nade coming out as well. Massive damage being done to both Max and Noxy.
Yeah, that's going to be a welcome sight to Stanislaw, who's trying to make his mark on this one, and that AUG at range will be able to one-tap both of them if that's the case. Your A-site defense has gotten a shade weaker. Catwalk, now it's obvious. 3 grenades have just come out. There's 5, there's 6, there's 7 grenades arcing into the site. Nothing left for Isurus in the post plant. They need to get these opening kills. They need to trade like a 3-for-1 right here to have a hope on this post. But compLexity are just biding their time, settling in for the long haul. Quick push right there. They've actually rounded the corner, even though there's players on the front end that could, like on Catwalk, to catch the rounding of the corner from elevator to ramp, but they can't do it. Myron left alone. Headshots aplenty for the CTs as they make quick work of Isurus. It was a 5-on-4 retake. It was expensive, but compLexity just maintained that slight edge.
Yeah, that's a great thing about keeping long control in that situation. You essentially force the terrorists to push back towards Catwalk. And what that allows is the CT players now coming up for that ramp. All they have is headshot angles. So looking at that cat ledge, they're able to pick off a couple players very easily. At the same time, you have your long players pinching on the site, and compLexity with a nice retake to get them their first on the board.
Hopefully the first of many. This is what they need to do, and they were able to recover both AWPs on that round. And Isurus have bought in pretty deep, too. So they min-max their setup here. Max, well, quite literally, who's not doing all too hot, is going to carry the CZ here. So they will spend as much money as they can to boost the players that are having a hell of a night so far. A scout for Noxy. He always wants to keep his head buried in the scope. And then the riflers are in for the mortar between the bricks.
Yeah, we are most likely going to see the double long A smokes to actually just destroy that portion of the map, allowing themselves to just pop flash out. But no, that's actually not what they're going to aim to do. We see Myron sneak in towards those long A double doors. Is he able to pick anything up here? It does look like he wants to poke, wants to prod out into this long A portion of the map.
This is actually a bigger stack for compLexity to be. Interesting. So Stanislaw, who's the responsible player for mid, is up towards the B site too. Flashbangs into long A. That is going to call Shazam over to give some help. A Molotov is in here that's going to separate a couple of the players. So there's 3 that are already out. There's the first and traded back. Shazam, now without any support from Def, is forced back to the site. Try and take this long fight. But I love those smokes from Isurus. Separate Def from the rest of his team. Neutralize Shazam so that he can't do much with his beautiful AWP.
All right, now slowing down the round is the Argentinian side, but Stanislaw making it very difficult for them, able to take down Myron. But 1962 quickly trading this one out, leaving Shazam towards top A with that AWP, and he's going to put it to work there. Taking down 1962, turning this into a 3-on-2 situation as the bomb getting ready to cross long.
Yeah, there's the smoke crosses out there too, so they know that this last player is out on long. Another grenade slowing down Noxy. He will fall to Shazam, who has been lightning fast. Saw him. He got a little bored there on the A side. He was looking towards the plat. He was looking towards the far corner of pit. He says, I haven't seen anybody. I'm going to back up closer to Goose, swing out wide. And all he needed was an absolute instant because he narrowed down all those angles. The last place, if NET was still in a presentable position on long, would be against the wall.
All right, now the Argentinian side onto a full eco here, and really that's due to that one round losing 5 members. It's going to absolutely destroy their economy, cause them now, after 2 rounds lost, to go onto that eco. By the looks of it, Isurus will be looking very quickly towards middle. Noxay taking quite a bit of damage from that Molotov, 1962 down to 6 HP. Should be a fairly quick round for compLexity.
Yeah, 1962 chewed on a little bit of an op bullet that passed through the wall,
Okay.
through the door. But it'll be a B push, and 6 standing on top of the big box is, even though unarmored targets, there's going to be a lot of them. He needs to keep his bursts under control and hopefully line up for like collateral damage. They are going to stack through this one. He could swing. He's got the first 2. There's the collateral we were hoping for. 1, 2, 3. Could he get the ace? He's out of ammunition, and he will fall. Take 5 Glocks with him, though, or 4 Glocks with him.
Myron, the final member, moving into that B bomb site, not able to connect on anything, and compLexity have got their 3rd on the board off a full save from Isurus now. compLexity looking to come back into this one.
Yeah, and they can do it. Just got to get past this round, and then compLexity can absolutely tie it up. Though if Isurus do get a bomb plant, they can get this same purchase in the next round and keep this pressure up. But similar to what Isurus had done and what compLexity had done on Train, where the double op was showing so much promise, it's carried over onto the CT side of Dust2. Ye's holding down mid, Shazam's op is holding down long, more or less the same things every round. Good Molotov damage, still burning players alive. Meyer, no, it's actually a T-Molly. They got some self-immolation out there, and they're still burning to it. They lose near 200 HP just from grenades.
It's a nice shot by Ye on that little pixel angle, able to take down Noxay as Reversive does drop Def on Cat. These Isurus members are quite low on HP here. Max with the most, 44.
So a T-Molly out of double doors.
I think he actually Molotov'd himself.
Yeah, he did, but
yeah.
I mean, in what condition do you want a Molotov out those doors?
No, I think he actually flubbed the Molotov. He was aiming to get it behind that smoke at the long corner, but it either bounced off one of his teammates, or it just kind of completely flubbed it and ends up landing it right there in front of him.
I mean, this is actually okay for Isurus, considering what they were up against, considering how miscalculated that entry was in A. They get a bomb plant for this. And like I said, a bomb plant means it's the same purchase in the next round.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, this post-plant scenario isn't looking too good for them as Reversive in the site with 4 HP. One Molotov is going to take him right out of this one, and that's a nice flash right off the bat. We will see the Molotov come into sight, and there it is. Sick getting a double kill on that retake to get compLexity their 4th.
Good shooting, and that will be 4 and possibly 5. But like I said, Isurus are going to be able to keep some pressure against compLexity, who aren't entirely comfortable. They've got a lot of money, but losing a couple players there. Def, for example, is down to 1,600. But on the other side of the coin, Shazam is rich, loaded, almost at $10,000 for himself. So if worse comes to where, Shazam can share some of the love, even though he's going to be purchasing his own op. Stanislaw has $7,000 up there too. So the double op is still in the play if compLexity do manage to lose this round.
All right, EA playing on the edge of this smoke towards middle, looking for anything he might find. We're actually going to see Max make his way down mid. Catch off EA's. Noxay does take down Shazam on Catwalk here. And now Stanislaw as well. A very quick round for Isurus, and they're able to take that B bomb site fairly easily.
They play fast. They play loose. This is what worked for them on Train on their T side. And now it leaves Def alone. And I like this from him. He overshoots mid, intending to try and get the lurker out and get that lurker pursuing. He rounds the corner, loses his fight to Nazi, though, and Isurus just win flat out on every front. They lose A site, they lose mid, and because of those 2 pillars, suddenly compLexity are top-heavy to that, and then they lose the B site.
Yeah, it was a very nice round coming out from the Argentinian squad. Right here, you're going to see Noxy taking down both these members on the catwalk, aggressing, being able to take down Stanislaw was massive. At the same time, Max and Reversive opening up that B bomb site, and Isurus now make their way to 6.
Yeah, they steal that round away quickly. But like I said, compLexity will comfortably purchase the second op again. And, man, Isurus, maybe they sense something, some kind of weakness to the B site. And a lot of times teams will get a little over-comfortable on B. Because, like, it's a site that's difficult to crack, so you'll leave one defender there, just one anchor.
Yeah.
But if Isurus figure out the equation to that, and get a kill there repeatedly, round after round. Now you see compLexity overreacting to it. Even though there's still Isurus players in the tunnels that could strike B, nobody's on the A site directly because of that loss.
Yeah, it does look like Isurus now moving back towards T spawn here, consolidating their efforts towards that long A portion of the map. I imagine they'll be looking to take long A right now, where you're going to see Def actually defending. And if Def can actually come up big, this is going to be huge for compLexity.
Where's the pop flash? There is none. Def throws a flash of his own. Here comes the smoke. The flash delays them a little bit. Now he can try and divide this, but they just absolutely fluster him, sprint their way out. And again, compLexity are playing reactionary Counter-Strike. They lose a player on B, they go to B. They lose a player on long A, they come to long A. So they're always one step behind Isurus now. A beautiful flashbang. Shazam, who's been lightning quick, can't do much when he's blind. Stanislaw goes where no CT should ever have gone before, is through that stacked smoke on the cross, and he finds himself amongst Isurus sharks who are circling with blood in the water.
Okay, bomb going down now. The compLexity side looking for this save. So Isurus now moving on to their 7th round of this first half, and this is a great effort out of them now. compLexity, they still need to get to that 6th round mark to really be comfortable with this CT side. But if you're Isurus, you're pretty hopeful for the future.
Yeah, they're starting to turn the tides here. Sure, they had won the previous round. They're winning this one. It's only 2 rounds in a row. But before that, they had gotten a bomb plant as well. You could tell things were starting to shift. You know, the sun was rising for them on their side of the map, for their T side, getting back into the groove, because it was a great start from compLexity. Well, Isurus had won 5 in a row, but getting 4 in response immediately in a row from compLexity meant that they had the momentum. And if they can get 5, 6 rounds on their CT side, they can have a thumbs up on the half.
Okay, compLexity now being able to buy up into this round, hopefully get themselves involved in it. Isurus, on the other hand, not too much worry from them in terms of buying up, as they just won the round, keeping at least 4 people alive as well. They're going to have a strong buy, and there you hear it. Let's go from the compLexity side. They're ready to win some rounds.
Yeah, they don't want to wait for that timer to even like, just let her go. Let them run. Let these dogs loose. Shazam flashed off of mid. Isurus sprinting in. 1962 gets blinded.
Flash.
Yeah, he gets blinded, so he too kind of takes a misstep, slows down, gets caught up right in the threshold, as both teams actually, instead of throwing grenades at each other at long A, they're throwing grenades at each other in mid and B. Myron, with a deeper smoke, is able to get up on top of the box. Oh, sick. There's a Molotov to burn him out. Myron can spot, but he can't quite get it. There's the turn and swing back, but it's instantly traded. 4-2 advantage. Isurus, try as they might into the B site, have dropped the bomb there, as now compLexity start to put hands on deck. Noxy, last up, is really good with the op, but I don't know about if he's this good. Don't give him the opportunity. Don't give him the chance to take a 1v4 clutch. There is a molly for molly, but there is a flank coming this direction.
Nice shot.
He's at 1v2 now.
Yeah, Yay now in lower B, or actually
He's
moving back
off.
towards middle, yeah, to regroup with his teammate.
He's backed off. It actually gives a lot of room for Noxy with 50 seconds left. He's nervous about every angle, but man, is he fast.
Yay should smoke off these B tunnels momentarily here, as Noxy not making too much of a presence. Should be a fairly easy round for compLexity to pick up.
Yeah, he made some steps too. Through the deeper smoke, he made steps as if he was going to go to the lower tunnels. Yay is going to be watching that side. Noxy could pull off a 1v4 clutch if it's the case.
If Noxy shoots his op randomly here, he'll connect on Stanislaw.
He needs the spidey senses. Stanislaw, he was just holding on that smoke. As that smoke fades, he will fall back into the corner. Pre-fire. Got him! There's the first, and here comes the re-peek. Yay may have missed the shot. He's jumped down into the site. 10 seconds. It's not going to come down to a bomb plant. Noxy looking to even pick up the bomb, trying to take that bomb to the site.
I think he was just overthinking it in that situation. Yeah. It looked like at first not only the bomb, but he was looking to pick up an AK in that situation.
Was he?
But basically through that whole thing, he had his head down for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, all the while.
You got to keep your head up when you're on the ice, bud.
Yeah, that's right. You're going to get cross-checked pretty hard. But I think he saw Yay come out of that window.
He did.
Yeah, he still was ducking down, looking, trying to I don't know, get his movement.
You know, and at that point, with 8 seconds on the clock, you might as well go for the frag, right? So it was just very unfortunate to see. And once again, keep your head up on the ice.
That's right. You and I are both hockey fans.
I have to be.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's in your DNA.
Yeah. If you're a Canadian that doesn't like hockey, you don't belong in Canada.
I mean, what if you don't like hockey but you like field hockey? Does that still count?
No, it's got to be ice.
It has to be ice hockey.
It has to be ice hockey.
So we'll rewatch some of this outstanding play from Noxy. There's a timeout going on right now, so we can observe quite a few of those frags. But the timeout is concluded and is starting to begin the next round. Isurus getting themselves into a bit of a pickle in that last one, but a 1v4 almost heroic effort is really just testament to how good Isurus can be. Or rather, Noxy.
Couple of flashes towards long A. compLexity playing a very heavy long setup to start the round, sending 4 members over towards that portion of the map. Isurus at the same time will be heading out towards middle to make a little bit of a presence on that portion. But overall, it's a very slow round out of the T side.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen this from compLexity yet. You had Sick and Ye who were in the position of CT to boost one up on top of the box to prevent the mid to be split, which is a possibility. Isurus have 2 players, Catwalk, 3 in tunnels. Still playing for picks right now.
All right. compLexity now, very passive setup into this round. They will be seeing Isurus now heading out towards this top A. Uncontested as well. The bomb is moving into the B bomb site, however. 1962 will be first on the scene, taking down Sick.
That was a sick shot, too. I mean, it just sat Sick down, sleep. And a bit of a rope-a-dope from Isurus has isolated your players from compLexity. Shazam, I mean, they had lost the A site and they had lost the B site.
Yeah, that was actually a really interesting round out of Isurus because they're going to send those 2 players towards the catwalk to start the round, and that was a little bit of a fake, right?
Yeah.
They just wanted them to get entry kills, but because compLexity didn't contest that, they had a whole rotation pillar basically stopping compLexity from moving across the map, and at the same time the Sick goes down in that B tunnels. At that point, Isurus can now freely move across A and B and just concentrate on the rotations.
Yeah, you're free to move about the country. And, wow, this is back to Isurus's game. He only had a short respite for compLexity getting that 1 round, and then they'll be back into the lower side of the economy. Def will defend. The money is fine for Isurus, for sure. Taking that rifle out of Def's hands would have been nice, but it's not to be. Isurus, 8 rounds now. compLexity have 5, so if compLexity get 1 more round, they don't even have to rush the issue here. They'll just sit down and say, okay, we'll make sure that we have a pretty solid buy in the 15th.
Maybe Def goes off here and picks up maybe 3-4 kills to make this actually a possibility, but it is a pipe dream in that. Isurus looking very good on these eco rounds. Let's see if they're able to pull off one in clean fashion.
I really like how much attention that Isurus are giving to the B side. Oh, fast cat.
There goes the gun.
Met with faster cat. Oh, double dink from Ye. It'd be brave for him to go down and grab that one, but with Sick being down in mid and looking up, maybe he says, you know what, I don't see anybody up there. You might be free and clear to go recover that rifle.
It does look like Isurus favoring that walk up towards long, looking for that dry peek. Shazam now recovering that AK, the AUG as well being recovered, but that's a massive Molotov on catwalk now. That's going to keep the CTs from actually peeking out into that site. Another Molotov comes in. I do imagine compLexity will just say, all right, guys, we're going for the save.
Yeah, they got 2. They multiplied their rifles. Ended up with 2. They did lose armor for it, but that's still totally worth it. And that'll help into the last round. It might be the difference maker between an Opper having armor with him, because one of these guys that hold on to the rifle can instead buy the op and throw it back towards Shazam. We'll see what ends up playing out. As Isurus will secure 9. It's going to be pretty vanilla no matter how you look at it. It's been pretty flashy from Isurus when I look at this half. compLexity have been scratching rounds for quite a while, it seems. They got those 4 in a row, but then those were rather weak rounds at that, it felt like. Isurus have just had a pretty good, strong presence every step of the way.
Okay, 1 round for Isurus now to get to 10 here. compLexity finding themselves really just not gaining any momentum. We saw a little bit of a brief hint of life out of the compLexity side where they were able to string 4 rounds together. But other than that, it's been the Isurus show for this first half.
Yeah.
And remember, folks, this is map 3. So if you guys are just tuning in with us, the first map went to Nuke, and compLexity actually ends up taking that 16-11. Then we move on to Train, where Isurus win it in overtime 19-16. And now moving on to Dust2 here, the final map, Isurus find themselves up 9-5.
Yeah, and if you win this series, you secure yourself a trip home. Remember that.
Meyer now taking down Ye, who was looking for a little bit of information towards lower B. The rush comes in and Sick catches a massive flash from Reversive. That's going to be Isurus moving into this B site fairly easily.
I said it somewhere about at the quarter mark, the 7th or 8th round, and I was like, man, Isurus really are figuring something out towards this B site, and I had some indication that they have some knowledge that they can win B quite a bit, and I love it. They've actually hit B more often than not when it comes to the law of averages. A 2v5 that started out on a retake isn't much to hope for, too, especially coming into B. And you got the late lurk into the tunnels to make sure that all guns are pointed onto the front line here on the site. It's going to be a field day for the guys from Isurus. Def, maybe it's a field day for him. Nope, Myron has the last word. 10-5 is the scoreline for your half.
Yeah, and it's going to be Noxe leading the charge for the Argentinian team there. 15-8 coming out from him. He's been so impactful for this squad, and that's great to see, Dallas.
Yeah, it is. So this is the last map of the last game, the last half of the group stages. We've got more action coming here for the second half. It's compLexity versus Isurus.
Walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk away, walk away, walk on, baby. Walk on, baby.
Naughty Noxy has 116 ADR, eclipsing everybody on the field and projecting Isurus to a 10-5 first half. But compLexity getting 4 rounds in a row from themselves, at least getting an average CT side. As we swap things over into the second half, they'll take the T side, and right now they've got a 3 presence at long A, 2 over towards the B tunnels, and Isurus had poked and prodded top mid right there.
Yeah, it does look like compLexity pulling off a little bit of a fake right now, as we are going to see Reversive making contact by himself at long. Stanislaw able to take him down. We're going to see the rotations as well coming out from the Isurus side. Are they able to defend this now as the smoke comes out towards long?
That's not the smoke you want, though. They're going to cross this, and if there's any spam, which there's plenty of, all hands are down there towards the CT side to go upwards. But compLexity pulling an Isurus strategy where they have you completely surrounded in CT side. Not much to do. Noxy is left, and he's got reinforcements coming at him. Sick is biding his time, saying, I'll just fluster you into there. I mean, that round looked a lot like one of the rifle rounds we saw from Isurus, where I remember Shazam actually got caught in between both sites, and compLexity lost both sites.
Yeah, it was a nice little fake towards that B bomb site, but Isurus get ahead of the rotations there. They don't exactly bite on that fake. Reversive, sorry about that, actually holds them down towards long for long enough for the rotations to happen. But from that point on, Isurus not able to actually close out the round. compLexity now picking up their first. Isurus onto a full eco, which is actually very surprising.
Yeah.
It's not something that they've favored.
Look at this, though. They stacked up all in a line to cross safely in mid. Spray down from Sick. He'll get 2. Stannis gets 1. Def 1 as well. Just soft, squishy targets. Ow, but that one's a bit prickly. Stanislaw will recover that one, and they'll be able to recoup that rifle. And it's 2 rounds for compLexity to try and get as close as they can and get a good T-side start.
Yeah, we are going to see Noxay pick up that AWP, go without armor. The other Isurus members able to pick up their AUGs. 1 M4 on the field for 1962 in favor of a little bit more utility. Let's see if Isurus are going to be able to do this, or if compLexity are going to bring it even closer to that tie game.
Scout versus Op is what it comes down to. Shazam might as well have a 22. He rattles down range versus that Op. Noxy's there, and it's glass cannon though, so maybe that Scout just as good. Oh my goodness, they try to back up into that flashbang, and they instead lose 3 for the price of 1. Just Def and Shazam left. Flash into the B site, and yep, Max knows this approach. It's because that's what Isurus had done when our T side had abused the B site repeatedly. Jump up on top of that box. Shazam spotting 1962. Nice tap to the head. It cost him so much, though. 1v2 is the name for the clutch. Noxy's so light on that armor, though. Shazam's got a 1v1 in front of him. He could just divide and conquer this.
Clearing out those B tunnels, not able to take down Reversive. However, that's going to be an 11th on the board for the Isurus side, and compLexity looking very quickly towards middle. They're absolutely punished by the Isurus members playing 3 heavy. 1 on Cat, 2 towards those double doors in middle. They're able to stop compLexity as soon as that round begins.
Well, that pop flash, they had backed into it. That pop flash just did not quite catch the defender, and he was just able to lock down that mid door and stop compLexity's efforts. I mean, the whole strategy relied on taking that mid control quickly. So the first rifle round for Isurus is successful. compLexity come roaring right back into it with AKs, a glass cannon op of their own, and a CZ. Again, mid presence here. Quickly out and in. They'll just overshoot this Molotov and sprint towards a mid to B, straight up and in.
Ooh, nice kill from Myron there to hold them back for 1 second. Noxy now taking down Stanislaw as Myron gets his second, his 3rd on the board, and Isurus once again demolishing compLexity on that mid rush.
Ouch. Thanks so much, too, because they just got gifted an AWP, they got gifted an AK, so they upgrade out of the UMP and the MP9. All 5 stay alive for Isurus. And now they hold the reins. compLexity 2 rounds in a row, punished on hyper-aggression, speedy plays into mid.
Yeah, here's that 3K out of Myron there. Great effort out of him. As Isurus now 4 rounds away from a massive upset over the compLexity side.
Lots of flashes, lots of Glocks, but they're ahead of the Molotov right now, and 1962's taking 1 to the face. He swings out. Oh, that's Reversive, actually, that takes the baton. And the Glocks are met now with a 1 HP. No, Reversive will finish the job. There's a flashbang, actually a decoy or something that was bouncing in there. I was hoping that it would finish off the 1 HP. But 6-round lead now for Isurus, and this would be a devastating round for compLexity to lose right here. This would almost spell near disaster. And I don't want compLexity to come out of all of the group stages, giving challenges to all their opponents, small and large, going going all the way from this game, Isurus, which if they had taken one map off him, it's okay, you know, but you lose that game, even up to their other opponents, including the Renegades, taking one map off of them too. So they show potential, they just don't have the consistency to take a best of 3, it looks like.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. From what we saw from Isurus, as Noxy takes down Sick towards lower B, what we saw from Isurus on Dust2 in the previous matchups, they were looking mighty fine on it as 1962 now takes down Yay. And once again, this is where compLexity gets into these issues of going for these one individual picks, and then there's no traders, and then one by one they're going to be falling across the map. And after this round loss here that should be inevitably coming as Shazam pushes out towards long, 1962 takes him out. If we look at that money on the compLexity side, only 3K being the max on them.
That was a rifle round.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody from compLexity's side died one at a time, like you said, and there was like 5-6 seconds consistently between each player's death.
Yeah.
No trade potential. Nobody's watching. Nobody's pop flashing for each other. There were some advanced positions from Isurus there, though. You saw the op into the B tunnels up to the front end of them and catching some off-guarded players, but you know that's something. But compLexity have to do better than that.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And this is something that I saw in train that prompted me to actually say that Isurus have the possibility of winning Dust2. The fact that compLexity seem to get into these ruts within the game where they go for these individual picks. They try to make it more individualistic in terms of round success, and they get absolutely punished for it.
There's that peak from Myron, and now we have Noxy. It's just one kill after another, and then the last one was out towards long A. We are into this next one, and already first blood has been drawn here, and second blood too. This is a force buy from compLexity. They've gotten themselves pistol armor and utility on top of that. So they're actually a bit lower than I would have hoped for the following round, which will have rifles, but like Stanislaw, for example, has $900. So his utility is going to suffer in the following round. So this is a little bit more investment and more aggressive positions from the CT side. They control this. They are themselves taking the advantage, taking the wheel. Noxy falls back, misses this next shot. There's 2 more kills. This is actually problematic, especially with that spray from Reversive, but it does leave it into a 1v2. Sick could manage to pull this one off, but look where the bomb is, man.
Ooh, Sick missing that shot, and Spawn is going to give Myron an opportunity here. Sick missing once again, and Myron able to take him down. Isurus are on match point, Dallas.
Yeah, as quickly as that, man. This is 5 rounds in a row from them so far. compLexity won the pistol and the second, but remember, the second round was a full save from Isurus. They went for, okay, we're going to get the rifle round in the third, a classic strategy way back before the economy was changed for the CT side, and that was it. So right now, compLexity are playing fast, they're playing very, very loose, and they're paying for it.
Oh, and Shazam there, 2 targets for him to shoot at, not able to get either, and almost knocks it, getting a second there onto Yay. However, it will be compLexity moving very quickly towards this catwalk now. Is Noxy able to set up, or will compLexity head out into the site? And they do, and they catch Noxy very briefly.
He's got a smoke. That'll give him a little bit more leg room to stretch out, especially with the Molotov. Oh, it gets hissed out in front of the box, so they could actually get it right up in his grill. But on the edge of the box, he'll take the first. He gets shot in the back, though, before he can line up the second one. A 2v3 now situation, actually advantage back to compLexity. What was a man advantage for Isurus temporarily. They won't even catch the bomb in pursuit, and Def hears them behind him, so he drops the Molotov and stops the chase.
Yeah, it will be Isurus now looking for that save. Wisely so. They don't need to press the issue. They don't need to give up this AWP. They've got plenty of rounds to work with here. They've got plenty of money as well. So let compLexity take this one. Let them get to 8. And then they're going to attempt in next round to close this match out.
Yeah, sometimes haste can make waste. If you try for a 2v3 retake, disadvantaged, you weren't even able to chase them immediately into long A, so you weren't right there at the front gate knocking on it before the retake started. So they'll just set back. Hold on to their guns. compLexity are going to do the exact same thing, and it would have to be now 7 rounds in a row after this one for compLexity to be able to pull this one into another overtime like they did on Train.
Alrighty. As the round comes to a close, Isurus now on the brink of taking this upset off of compLexity here. 15-8 is our scoreline. Isurus plenty of money to buy up into this round, but will they be able to close this one out? Or will compLexity keep this crawl to a tie game coming?
Yeah, it could come down to a crawl. There's ops for Isurus. They're good to go. It's a stretch for compLexity. Yay. Hopefully there's a gun. Oh, yeah, there's an extra AK on the field for him, just for him to be able to pick up. Just making sure he wasn't going into battle with just a little Glock. Nice shot right there from Shazam. That is going to wing Meyer. That is an op, though, and we've seen him push that op into the tunnels previously. So maybe with that damage, he's not as confident, not as aggressive as he has been before.
Okay, Isurus now, they've got one player towards the catwalk. They're leaving a solo player on long. They're rotating Reversive back down towards middle here as Noxie takes down Sick and then falls off. A great little position out of him. No trade possible there, even though we had Stanislav right beside him. Noxie just way too quick on that movement.
Yeah, Shazam's looking for a cut back into their opponents, and he's holding this angle. Max is on the other side of mid, but he's not holding wide enough for Shazam to be able to punish. So they will focus this attention into the A site directly. Reversive's beneath, so he won't be able to be taken down from that. Isurus will just collect their winnings, and this is a very disciplined team. We saw a ton of this before. They'll get a little aggressive, get a kill, fall back.
Look at Ye now making his way out through these long doors. 1962 playing within this pit. Is Ye going to be able to take him down? And no, it's going to be 1962 with a massive kill, pillaring that long position now. The bomb is down towards long A as well. That's going to burn some more time off the clock for compLexity here. It does look like 1962 is going to be coming around, and he's going to get caught, and that's massive.
Yeah, well, that's bomb in hand. Otherwise, that would have been bomb in control for the CTs, but he ran to that corner with confidence, thinking that no T would be in the neighborhood right there. Isurus 4-3, 4-2 now, lead on the advantage, looking for the absolute last round, and the clock is to the favor as well for Isurus.
Meyer now taking down Def towards those tunnels, and Stanislav falls, and Isurus have done it. 16-8 Dallas. They're going to upset compLexity, win this series, and what a display from